I brought a glass because I wanted to put it in something cool, but that's
a mojito?
Well, yes, but without alcohol. So it's just water and cucumber and lemon and mint and ice. And it's probably why I was late.
You're like, I mixed water with some leaves.
Yeah, I did.
That's why I was late. What's up, fancy hairdressers? Welcome back to another episode of This Is a Bad Idea podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Kahn. With me, as most of the time is, I don't even know how to change that now or not, because we have two people. But
my name is Ben.
It's
Thank
Ben.
you.
Hello. And we've got Monica.
Monica.
Yep.
As more often of the time lately.
Becoming more often, yeah.
Well, actually, we've had 2 road episodes in a row right now. So this is the first time we're back home.
I like an episode at home better.
I'm home team.
Yeah, home team Monica.
Home team Monica.
Yeah.
Well, just because I think the sound is usually better when we do it at home, or like I mess something up is usually what happens, you know?
Yes.
Well, we've complicated it further by adding this video component. You know?
But it works well here.
Yeah, it works better here. But
we're world travelers now.
We don't bring all this gear all the time, so it makes it harder to be consistent.
Yeah, Ben and I have been all over the place, though. We've been
Yes, we have.
in the Great White North, as Ben puts it.
Yeah, we're international
artists now.
Yeah.
That's what it
artists.
takes, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you could say that we have been all over the whole world right now.
Where have you been? You been outside of the world?
No. Well, maybe when I sleep, I don't know.
But you've never left the United States?
No, I don't think so. I do not recollect.
I don't recall.
It's because I've been watching the Herd Depp trial that I'm probably going to answer
everything
as if
answered.
I'm like in a testimony.
You'll just object to things.
Yeah.
Even things that you
Hearsay.
That is pretty entertaining stuff.
I've been to the Bahamas, but I don't believe that is.
I suppose that counts.
That is another country, of course.
But it's not outside of the world.
It is in the world.
And yeah, maybe one day I will. I think we all end up outside of the world one day, do we? Do we just float out?
Canada?
I don't think so.
Maybe not. No, you end up in it. And then
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, not in our lifetime, probably.
you mean like going to Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
People will, but not us.
Yeah, maybe like great grandkids or something like that.
Well, if you believe in like the flat Earth, then if something tips the one side of then we flip off into space, and I'm really holding on.
It's the seesaw Earth. It's like that's what it is.
What happened to the dinosaurs, according to memes.
Oh, like they all got too close to one side.
And they just fell off the side.
Yeah, the asteroid hit the one side. This is science. It hit this side, this side, and then they went woo, and they flew out into space, and then they probably became aliens.
And so obviously I don't believe in the flat Earth, because it is not real. But you, Monica, you possibly believe in the hollow Earth.
I really appreciate the hollow Earth.
What is that? It's like, what do you mean?
I might get it mixed up, but they just say that there's like a mini sun and the very interior Earth, and that there's like a whole. What was the movie that we saw recently? King Kong. Did you see the recent one where he goes into Middle Earth? That's exactly what I believe.
So you think that underneath the Earth's crust
is a true story?
There are giant monsters? And
no, I don't. Not necessarily. Well, actually, yeah, they do say that that's where all the monsters come from.
Who are they?
Well, books.
Oh, okay.
See, this is why I don't
Hearsay.
read.
It's dangerous to read. I personally think we should burn all the books.
Yeah, that wouldn't change anything for me.
Yeah, it's already.
Oh man. But really, you read a book that says monsters under the crust?
Yeah, there's like an ancient history of the world, some kind of book. I love it. Anyways.
Oh, is it the hidden history of the human race, that book?
No, it's like
it's
ancient
the
history.
What's that? The Bible. Oh.
Oh, no. No, and they're saying like...
They talk about... You can find all sorts of stuff in the Bible.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, they did mention lizard people or something.
Sure.
Giants and some stuff. Well, I think they covered every option. So, I don't know. But no, this book talks about how like a lot of stories we've read that have been passed down, like I think it's like this, don't make fun of me, but Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the like dwarves,
you're making it hard,
that they came that they're like creatures or people who lived like deep in the earth and like made their way out, and then the story became that
elf
later. Yeah, no, those are inside of trees, Jake. Duh.
That's not the same realm of thought.
Yeah, the trees are on top of the earth. I'm talking about inside of the earth.
Like, where are you getting, like, where are these books? They have them at the library?
One is at my house, but yeah, they have them at the library. I'll bring it to you.
Okay.
Will you read it?
I'll read it. If you bring it,
I think you'll like it. I think you'll really like it.
Just because I love a good work of fiction?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
But I've heard you say, well, you do believe in the hollow earth, and does that mean there's no magma in the earth? Like it's just tunnels?
Beyond the magma.
There is a sun.
Thank
So
you.
you have to go beyond the magma.
Yes, beyond the magma. We've never seen or been able to really like visualize what's that deep on the like super.
Don't we have like a machine that can like?
No, it can't go that far. It cannot go that far.
Leads like into the earth. So we're just guessing.
Yeah.
At the magma.
Beyond the magma.
Oh, I've
What's
seen
that?
in school I saw a thing
What's
that was like showed all the layers to the molten
Yeah,
core.
but who showed you that? The government.
Some Illuminati teacher.
They don't want you to know what's on the insider layers or the North Pole or
that's
whatever.
where they're from. It was like George Bush is
Yeah,
like,
that's
make
where
sure you
all-
put in the books.
That's
that
where the
there's lava and
reptilian
there's not-
overlords are coming from.
There's no, summer home of mine down there.
Deep inside the earth. Yeah.
Didn't
Something about
Bugs
them.
Bunny one time make it all the way to China? Or
I've heard he must have taken a wrong turn at Albuquerque and ended up at George Bush's lizard house in the core
Again,
of the earth.
referencing King Kong, I really liked this movie recently. Do you remember how he went through all the way through Earth and then fought
sudden he was
him
up
on
right
the other
side up
side in
again.
like Tokyo or something? I was like, what? When he's like floating in Middle Earth, he can fly, and that's so great.
No, I'll have to rewatch it.
Whether it's true or not, I want to
want it to be
believe that. Yeah, that's just really neat.
That's the way I feel about ghosts. That I'm like, well, you sort of believe that it is true. I don't believe that ghosts are real, but I want them to be real. We talked about that.
Yeah. I don't think ghosts want to have anything to do with you. I think they would be annoyed by you.
Me in particular?
Yeah. I think the ghosts hide from you.
Not by like people.
Yeah, because I think if you could call on a ghost, it'd be okay with it the first couple of times, and then it'd be like, all right, dude, like leave me alone. And you're like, hey, I want to show you this. And it's
call
like,
on the ghost. Like,
leave me alone.
Someone made the point, I saw, like your point the other day, that like ghosts stopped in like the 1800s. Like,
And started.
Yeah, started and stopped in the 1800s. Where are the Neanderthal ghosts? Where's any other ghost? Where's the ghost, wearing a Supreme shirt, hitting a jewel somewhere? That doesn't exist.
Only a Victorian era garb on a ghost.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Civil War ghosts.
maybe
you get that.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's the period of time where those people really had a lot of unfinished business, and maybe the other ones, maybe the Jewel Kid and all those, maybe they're good to go.
Ever, then you're good, and you get to go. You get to pass over.
Yeah.
Okay. You pass over.
Debunked.
They don't believe any of this in Canada. Where we were. Canada's they're
not allowed to have hallucinogenics.
It's very rational. No, they do have hallucinogenics.
You're right, I think.
They literally do. Someone told us that they have a store, or their brother has a store that sells mushrooms there. And like we were just walking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, they sell mushrooms. They're all about it. No, that's terrible. I didn't hear very many abouts. I heard some like abouts. Like they were going like that instead of about. They were like about.
Oh, I think I heard some.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hearing a boot or two?
It was fun because even amongst the local folk there, they were kind of like making fun of people from other regions of Canada,
Yeah.
About their dialect.
They're like, these damn Newfies.
Yeah, everybody had a problem with the Newfies.
Yeah, they don't like people from Newfoundland there. Like we said, Newfoundland is like the Alabama.
I call that Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Newfoundland? I'm sure that is what it is.
Newfoundland.
Yeah. Newfoundland?
Yes. That is
just
how I
they
would
walk-
pronounce it, of course, but that is maybe not the local correct way.
Just walk north for a little bit and you found the
Well,
new
they
place.
told us a thing about that area, and they said that you have to... Did we talk about this already?
I don't think so.
They say that you have to go to a bar, and every bar participates in it. If it's your first time in Newfoundland, you will go and say to them that, and they will give you a shot of this certain local liqueur.
Is it maple syrup?
No.
Could be an alcoholic maple syrup.
It's a shot. They told us what it was.
It was like a rum. I remember. I thought it was like their rum or something, right?
And you do the shot, and then you have to kiss a frozen cod.
Yeah, you kiss a fish. And they call that getting screeched in.
Screeched in.
You gotta get screeched in.
Did you guys get screeched in?
No, we didn't go there.
Newfoundland.
Oh, okay.
But we hope to. In the future.
I would love to. There's a few. I'm like saying Newfie, and I feel like it's like.
It seems derogatory.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, they got.
You don't even know.
Because they say like, oh, they're Newfies, you know. It's like saying like, oh, they're rednecks or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's like kind of a similar like.
They're out here kissing fish.
Yeah.
Fish
Kissers.
I was thinking of it kind of like Malort, you know?
Yes,
Malort?
I think that probably is what the liqueur probably is.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a region of people again. I was like, who are the Malorts?
The Malorts. They're from beneath the Earth's crust. Newfies are also.
You can only find them in Chicago.
Have you had a Malort before?
No.
So
in Chicago, you guys
introduced
did
me to
come up
this.
there.
We didn't have it. We should have
Why
had
didn't
it.
we have it?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
We had it during ABS last year.
We had steak.
Somewhere. Yeah.
We did have a very good steak. But Malort is like a very Chicago specific, like bitter, nasty,
crazy,
disgusting drink. It
Sounds great.
They all act like they like it though, you know.
Yeah.
It's like Malort.
It's like actually it's like how like cool bartenders a couple years ago they all started drinking Fernet.
Yeah.
Branca, like just straight.
But
And
that
they're
tastes
like,
like
but
Christmas or
Fernet
something.
is like
Yeah.
the grossest thing, but I'm so like overall other things I drink it because that's what's
That
cool
tastes like
to me.
mint or something like that, Renee?
Yeah, it's mint and a
Licorice?
bunch of different
I didn't
many
like
different herbal botanicals.
It's herbal.
Herbal.
And now Malort is like the same thing. They're like, oh, Fernet's so passe, we got to drink Malort.
We're switching to
The
Malort, which is
grossest
basically
possible thing. It's like eating a grapefruit, Ryan. It's like as bitter as possible, and there's no sweet balance to it. It's just
Malort is like when they took the rag at the end of the
Mega
night and
bitter.
they clean the bar and then they wring that rag into a shot glass.
I think that would be way more delicious than
Yeah,
liquid
well,
is
I'm over
gray.
here drinking lemon
it's-
juice
it's a
and
weird-
mint and cucumber, so I
Name
guess
it.
Yeah,
I
that
would.
tastes good.
Name it.
Lemon, mint, and cucumber. That's the drink. I mean,
Lemon kimber.
Lemickenberg?
spa water. That's what they call it.
Water. Is that? Oh,
I've heard it
that's
called
true.
sexy water before, but it's I don't want to drink sexy water.
They were making fun of our accents too.
A
Ow,
little bit. Yeah,
accents.
yeah.
What did I just say something?
Yeah.
You said a country way.
Oh, did I?
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying. Like we asked a few people after the class if we had an accent, and they just kept on. They started saying the word y'all at us.
But had you guys even said? I tried so hard to
I
not
said
say it.
y'all. No, I don't try not to say it. I just say it.
Yeah, I
That's just
don't
a
say it
word.
too
That's
much.
not an accent.
Yeah, but to them, hearing it, like it was
Yeah.
like we were like in overalls with like a
They
straw
did it.
just hearing it.
We're on
Reenacting.
Yeah, I'm like, like I said, that's what they imagine me up there.
Yeah.
No shirt, big straw hat, just because I said like, all right, y'all, let's
All right, y'all.
move along or whatever.
Again, I just think it's smart. You're just putting two words together.
Conjunction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like I like yins as well.
Whoa.
I've never like actually used that without it being like I'm purposely saying
I am gonna
Is-
say that.
What are the two words that you've combined to make
you and ins. You ones?
I don't
Like
know.
yuns?
You all ins, yawns,
Yeah,
yins.
what-
That's just
I don't
bad-
know.
That's just bad grammar.
I just was I don't have an accent like that, but my family's very hillbilly and
It's like a mountain thing, right?
yeah, that's a mountain thing.
I mean, I've
my family
heard of
yins.
it, but I just wonder where.
I always felt like yins came after y'all. Like y'all was really polite, but yins was like get your
Yins,
shit-
get in here!
get it together.
Get in.
You know, because grandma
Yins, get
grandma
ins.
was drinking
That's
a lot of
what I'm saying
whiskey.
is when you're calling a group of children back because the street
Yins.
lights are going out or whatever.
Yeah,
Because the
There
lemonade's ready.
There were no street lights.
I've had,
That was not a thing.
I've had an epiphany about it. I bet you
Okay.
it is a like a shortening of youngins.
Youngins.
You think that's
Ooh,
what
that sounds better. That sounds right. Feels right.
Yeah, that's like a
Yeah.
something thing to do. Just to
it
roll
is? Yeah, just
words.
cut out some
Yeah.
of the letters in the middle there.
Yeah.
It's like saying mom and ems or whatever.
Mom and M's. Thems.
Your
Thems.
mom and
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Mom and him.
Yeah.
Mom and him?
That's what you call that. Mom and him.
Mom and him. It's like words that also mean mom.
My mom and them.
They're mom and ems. Oh man.
Well, what are we even talking about?
I don't know, but it's been a random episode so far, but I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, it's nice to just be back and at home, I guess, just kind of like not have a place to be, even though it
For a
is
couple
fun
of
to
weeks.
be somewhere always.
Yeah, but it was a lot in a row.
We've been on a roll. That was like maybe 8 or so weekends in a row where we were
Yeah.
out of town.
Pretty brutal. I mean, part of it was me going to Jamaica for my anniversary, but even that, it's like you go for 5 days. I came back. I was home for 12 hours.
You went to
and then
Canada.
We were on a flight to Canada.
And
right
you were
after.
so
You bookended it with
nonchalant about
Canada.
it.
I almost I suggested to Shelby that we stay in Jamaica an extra day, and I would just have a layover
there.
in Atlanta and then fly to Canada that same day. But she was like, "No, you gotta go home for at least."
Yeah,
a
You
you
should have just
should.
brought only the clothes that you brought to Jamaica and just made it work.
I'm wearing like
Some board shorts and a tank top.
I'm like, wagwan, everyone. That was the thing. But we had a guy like driving us to the hotel, and he just starts talking to us about things that you should say, or if someone says this to you, respond this way. And he says, if someone says wagwan, that means like, it's a very casual way of saying like, how are you?
Okay.
And then you say, Irie, which means like, I'm fine. I'm doing good. I don't know how to spell it. I don't want to try and spell it. But those are the words. And they want you to
And
say
they
it.
just say it all the time.
Oh yeah, like someone in the hotel like sees you, they just like say it right away. And some people fucking love going to Jamaica.
I do not like this kind of like pressure.
I'm also don't like to feel like I'm like, oh, I gotta say this.
I don't know any of the other words.
Yeah.
I'm obviously
And you don't know, like, is your
front.
driver setting you up? Does that actually mean
Yeah.
like fuck off?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good.
Go.
You're like, oh, Jacob's beaten to death.
Exactly.
In Jamaica.
He's like,
Why-
Say it to everyone.
Yeah, do it.
They
do it.
love it.
Some people do love Jamaica. Like when we were in the airport, like figuring out like how to get our bags in the right place or whatever. Like there's like a guy who's like a baggage handler guy, and a couple like our age runs up to him, like a white couple from like Wisconsin or something, like runs up to him and goes like wagwan, and he goes Irie, and they like hug. I'm like, all right, they come a lot because
Yeah.
they see him in the airport enough to like hug this dude like out of nowhere, And then he helped them with their bags. And then it was the 40th anniversary of we went to Sandals.
Of Jamaica.
Yeah, Sandals Resort in Jamaica. And did we already talk about? Did I talk about it already? But
No.
I didn't realize that Sandals, doubles as a retirement community. That it's like we are the youngest people at Sandals easily by 40 years. Like everyone is super, super old there, like way older than us. And like almost I feel like they were like sort of looking at us, like, what are they? You guys,
Yeah.
This is not what you thought, is it? As we walked past, and we were like, it's not really. But it wasn't a bad thing, I guess. I feel like you would love this. Like this would be your dream
Yeah, if
vacation.
there's old people there, I'd love it because I know I'm in the right place. But also, if they're looking at you, I'd wonder if they were all swingers. So I'd start being a little like,
Ugh.
I'm not trusting them all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
To
Yeah.
emphasize your point,
Yeah.
and I have not mentioned this at all yet. I don't know how I have not told you this, but I've just.
I already know that is what goes on
But
here.
there are swingers at Sandals?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Sandals is
come on.
everywhere we go.
There's
that.
swingers
No,
everywhere, but
no. Really?
Jake,
Sandals is a swingers resort for old people?
at night
Yes.
it's called thongs.
No, it's not. They did have a thing that I was calling a reggae rave every night, where like all the old people would go and like dance to like 808 and then upstroke guitar like wick wick wick
Yeah.
wick wick.
They call that reggae music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was like mixed with electronic music. It was like dubstep reggae is like what was playing. I mean, until like 2 a.m. And we're not used to like drinking in the sun all day, so we're passing out at like 10 o'clock, like not
Yeah.
trying to like go dance to reggae or whatever.
They're there for the nighttime
But that
festivities.
emphasizes the point. They're there for nighttime activities.
Yeah.
And,
They're there for the
they were
party.
giving out penicillin. No, they weren't. But there's the main island for you, like where we're staying, or the main area where you're staying, and then there's an island that you could like rent like a nice like sort of house hut thing on the
Yeah.
island, And you could also just go over there for the day. So we did. We went over there for the day. They said they were going to set up a table and chairs for us in this one particular part of the beach. So we get there, we walk around, we walk to the area we think is going to be the part of the beach, and it's all these naked old people.
Oh, yeah.
I totally forgot to mention this, and now that you say that it's a swingers place, I'm feeling very upset. So like we literally turn the corner, and there is like very large, like 80-year-old woman just standing there with like nothing, and I'm just in shock. And Shelby, like somehow we both like see the opposite sex. Like I see like this old woman. Shelby turns and sees like a very old naked man, like to the right, and we both immediately just turn right back around and we walk off the beach. We just leave that area of the beach. We like get back on the boat and we go back to the other side of the island. Because like we didn't realize that this is the nude nude part of the island.
You didn't have to take your clothes off. Just
I also would prefer not
go with
to have
it, man. Hey.
No, I think my vision.
Relax
I went from
a little
2020
bit.
to like -10, -5, like real quick, just long vision. It's like trauma. Like I blacked out. And I haven't been able to see it in my left eye since.
Well, I mean, I've told you about how my parents took me to nudist colony when I was little, so maybe I have a little bit more of a like.
What? Let's hash that out.
Do you remember? It was called. Do you remember?
I've not heard anything about you going to a nudist colony when you were little.
When I was younger, my stepdad, no longer my stepdad, enjoyed to go to nudist colonies, and he brought me and my mom.
Colony. Like,
You're right. It's crazy that they call that, but okay. Well, it's just a group of people. It's a community. It's a community of naked people who enjoy being nudist. And I don't know. I would have been like 6 or 7 years old or something. And we went
illegal.
Well, we went as a family, and none of the children, all the children wore bathing suits. It was optional, but like all the kids totally wore.
God.
We all wore bathing suits. And do you not remember this? We were talking about it when we had wings. Okay, this might jog your memory. It was called Hidden Valley Ranch.
Oh yes.
And that's when I was that age. I thought that's where ranch dressing was made.
So you never wanted to. You never touched.
I don't want it. But no, yeah.
Which is why Ben hates white food. You don't like a ranch.
I've never been to this ranch.
It comes from Hidden Valley.
It's still here. It's in North Georgia. It's called Hidden Valley Ranch, and you can go and you don't have to wear. You can. It's clothing optional.
Ben's googling it.
There were a
sure
field day. There was field day games.
If you can't find it, adjust your settings to allow adult content. You may be censoring.
Well, and it's not like any of these people are like super attractive. Like they're all older and like
they're not.
No.
So it's not just like gorgeous people.
Listen, you didn't go to Italy, okay? No. You're talking about Sandals, Jamaica.
Yeah, and
that's not where
Valley Ranch, Georgia.
I mean, there's nude beaches in Miami. Like you go to a nude beach, you're never ever gonna see an attractive person there. There has never even been one.
It happened once.
They usually are on yachts.
Like nude people,
and you don't get to see the attractive ones.
They're in magazines.
Yeah, they don't come down to the peasant
people
sand.
That are sitting over under the umbrella, like
got a tan.
Just drinking like a 6 foot tall sugar rum
slushy.
Drink.
Yeah,
just getting worse and worse.
Getting weird rashes everywhere.
Yeah, just like skin's getting worse. Like
losing their seashells.
Somehow we always end up like we do these vacations, Shelby and I. It's like we just end up being the most sober people there too.
That's probably a good thing because
I was also attempting keto while we were there, trying to do the keto still, and all the drinks are just like, sugar.
Yeah, you just have to just drink straight liquor.
We ordered a shot of tequila, and what seemingly was 2 sour apple melted Jolly Ranchers came out to us, like 2 shot, like what would be a shot, but they were green and smelled like a Jolly Rancher, and we were just like, this is not what we asked for. No one asked you to do this.
Wow.
I'm wondering if that has something to do with like. Because I guess if you're drinking and mixing it with sugar, you're partying. Like up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but how could you do that for a week straight? Like the next day, you just like feel absolutely terrible.
Oh, you just keep going. Do you not remember when you were younger and you just keep
going?
They're
not younger.
Well, no, they're free. They're retired. They sleep late because they're up all night. So they're not trying to get up early and get breakfast.
To a certain age, you stop partying, it recharges, you turn 80, it's like same as when you were 16, and then you could just like hit it all night.
Yes.
Yeah, and you got medication for your liver and all sorts of stuff. You're doing great. Yeah, you're doing great.
Let's destroy this one.
Yeah.
They're like dialysis machine is being drugged behind them as this is going on.
Oxygen tanks.
I can't find any information about this
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Okay.
If you search it,
there's
another company
articles about the dressing.
About the dressing. Like a nudist colony.
Yeah, Hidden Valley Ranch nudist colony, Georgia. It might have a new name now.
It used to be just a regular neighborhood, and then they colonized it and made it a nudist neighborhood. What do we got?
Oh, there is a YouTube video.
Oh, no. Let's see it. All right, you gotta show us.
These
it
people
looks
have
like a
clothes
commercial
on, so.
maybe for it.
Okay.
Like a man just running full speed.
They take Visa.
Oh, here is
you're
a
just naked
lady
in the
a
pool.
pool. She's
Everyone,
hat on.
all
everyone's
underwater.
naked in the pool.
Everybody's underwater. There's a guy
You know that
with
guy?
clothes on.
No, he looks creepy.
There's two
Oh,
naked
keep those
older
cameras
people
up.
walking.
The guy that made it is just like...
Yeah, people are just walking around naked and sitting naked.
Yeah, so it's
know?
like it looks like a pool. It looks like a
They're strategically
neighborhood.
blocking out butts and stuff for this video.
It's a neighborhood pool. This is like a video from the 70s. This is like a neighborhood pool with people from the 70s naked around it. And it could be the 80s, I guess. And in those times, everyone looked old, so these could be
They
teenagers.
probably
That's
were
true.
teenagers. Yeah.
Because the camera is so grainy, it like makes you feel like you're older.
Yeah, and just
I'll get
everybody's
you.
look was so different.
I'll get you up there one day.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know,
have to take a quick trip up to Hidden
we
Valley
can.
Ranch.
You can play foosball.
We should open up a like next door to it. We have to open a place where you have to wear like multiple layers, and it's called like Thousand Island Ranch or something like that.
1,000 Layers Ranch.
Thousand Dressing.
Yeah.
Thousand Island Dressing Ranch.
Yeah, please put on more.
Here's Monica as a kid.
I was gonna say if there's, it's just an old lady.
80-year-old woman.
It was in the 80s. You look different.
Oh, Ben, do you have a subscription to Wall Street Journal?
No one does.
No.
You don't?
No.
I thought you did for some reason.
I hate the news.
I hate whenever it's
Oh, I can
like,
read
you
it,
want to
actually.
read this article that exists everywhere else? You'll have to pay us, or go
Yeah.
somewhere else to read the article for free.
So annoying, because that was like our next segment. I didn't realize that you have to have an article subscription to get
Oh
into
yeah,
it.
they'll show you the headline, and that's why no one knows anything in the world, because all the information that we get about the news is only a headline, because they make us pay $1 to read the whole article.
Yeah,
and
as
no
soon
one
as
will
you
do
click it, you're not able to read it. All right, let's see. Oh, I found it on a different.
Yeah, this should be on a completely different.
Yeah, you can just
site.
immediately find it somewhere else. That's great. Well, I think that's a fine segue away from the nudist colony to hair in the
News!
hair in the nudist colony.
I always do say nude when we do that.
Yeah, and this is an appropriate moment
Yeah,
for hair in
that's
the
great.
nude. We should have it like it should just like cut to clips like an image of Phil
Every time.
every time we do it.
That's perfect.
So I have a little hair in the news article for us here that I found this morning.
Let's hear it.
This was from the Wall Street Journal, but we've moved over to Flipboard now. I don't know
Because
what
we
that is.
didn't have to pay $1.
Yeah,
to read
Flipboard's doing it for free. It said, fired from brushing his daughter's hair, a scientist uses math to detangle the problem.
Good one.
We haven't gotten into the article, obviously. What do you think this is about, Monica?
Fired from brushing
Fired from
his
brushing
daughter's hair.
Scientist uses math.
So I'm assuming his daughter
Which
won't
triggers you.
allow him to brush her hair because she has tangles, and
Uh-huh.
he is probably using something about static electricity or something to
Okay.
detangle her hair,
So he's
or
attaching her to
oil or
electrodes.
something. I don't know.
Or oil.
He's just
electrocuting
basically
her
like,
or using oil.
he's going, this brush is the problem, and she won't let me detangle her hair with this. So what other things will detangle these fibers?
It's a good guess, Ben. What do you think? What's this article about?
My first question is, what job is this that he's getting paid to untangle this hair?
Oh, he's fired from brushing his daughter's hair, so it's just a
Yeah,
terminology.
but how do you get that job?
Be a dad.
You'd be a single dad.
But who's paying the money?
No one's paying. This is just a job. As a parent, you have it's a job. You know, it's the hardest job ever.
You're gonna have to brush your kid's hair.
Who knew you could get fired from a job like that?
Your
own-
kid
own
fires
ungrateful
you.
child is like,
She goes, you know what? That's it.
Yeah, that sucks.
You're fired, Dad.
oh my god.
Now if I don't work, guess who has to work? Child, you have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now, you got to find somebody to pay you to untangle your own hair, it sounds like.
This is the argument you're gonna have with your kid.
Yeah, because it doesn't sound like you're qualified for any other work.
Okay, so this scientist, you think is an unqualified scientist? That is.
No, I mean the kid.
Oh,
He's talking about the kid, yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were saying that the scientist is not qualified for anything besides untangling his daughter's hair.
Ow, it hurt. It hurt me. I fire you.
Oh my God, the voice is killing me. All right, let's find out if you guys are right. Whatever, those are predictions. Let's see. A Harvard scientist, L. Mahadevan, is a bona fide genius who studied things like the form of an apple and how brains fold and why Cheerios clump in a bowl of milk. That's what's happening with our geniuses.
This sounds like something a child would figure out.
This is what we're utilizing our geniuses for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
like know how much money this guy or gal has in a grant from Harvard to figure out the form of an apple?
Yeah, who needs to figure out the form of it? You can just look at the damn thing.
You're so smart, you can't brush a damn kid's hair.
It's shaped like a regular apple.
They're pretty much all the same shape.
Everybody picture an apple?
Oh my god, we're off to a great start.
Thank you. Can I have $1 million
that's
and go to Harvard or whatever?
the Campbell soup thing is sort of like in Andy Warhol situation, maybe.
Yeah.
It's the form of an apple, the form of a soup.
But what is an apple?
Yeah. What is an apple, really?
Is it the peel? Is it the red? Is it the stem? The seeds?
Okay. Dad and Mom can be happy to be taught that Professor Mahadevan and crew of researchers have additionally made headway discovering a pain-free strategy of brushing and detangling hair in addition, kids' hair in addition to their own. The duty has the sheen of
Duty.
He said duty.
The duty has the sheen of a private quest. 20 years in the past, whereas the Cambridge College Division of Utilized Arithmetic and Theoretical Physics, Professor Mahadevan home duties included brushing the unruly hair of a 5-year-old daughter.
Maybe it was the kid that we mentioned earlier that has the uncombable hair.
Oh, maybe it says his daughter has uncombable hair syndrome.
Yeah, that could be.
Sooner or later, the 5-year-old daughter fired him. It was very tangled, stated the professor. I used to be not doing an excellent job of it. Is that the right way to say it?
Wait, hang on.
Yes.
It says he says, quote, "It was very tangled," stated the professor, who has very little hair himself.
Okay, yeah, they threw that in. It says, I used to be not doing an excellent job of it as a result of I wasn't a very effective person. Well, I don't love that sentence. It doesn't seem, it's not my favorite sentence.
Basically, he's never had his hair brushed before because he didn't have enough hair to be tangled.
His failure tugged at him for 20 years, the professor.
Failure, the child.
The professor's failure to detangle his 5-year-old's hair. So it seems like whatever solution he's come up with, his daughter suffered.
Yeah.
His daughter suffered the pain.
She's never had her hair untangled.
She is
this whole time.
It's completely a
She's
tangled
now an
mess
adult
right now. She probably has a buzz cut. That's the only option. As we know, the other day, you and I had someone come in that had massive amounts of tangles because they had COVID, they said, and they lost their hair.
COVID shedding.
And they just woke up one morning and all of their hair had tangled into the most insane
thing I've ever seen.
And they went to a person that professionally takes out dreadlocks. That's what they do, is undread your hair. And they charge, what did they charge?
$300 an hour.
$300 an hour, which is this is good business right there.
Yeah, pretty good money.
And they spent something like 6 hours on her, and they got it maybe half of the way. Would you say? Untangled?
Yeah, well, maybe we didn't see it really.
Yeah, what it was before, but
they left a pretty decent amount of work to do.
Very tangly.
Wow.
And Ben and I spent another 2 hours and somehow got the rest of it untangled after 2 hours without.
It was like a challenge to us.
You guys must be scientists.
We didn't
smart
use
as a Harvard
comb,
professor.
We used science.
Yeah.
I grabbed a calculator first thing. I'm going to figure this out
We
right now.
reasoned and logicked the
Hypothesis?
I emailed Dr. Whatever over at Harvard, and I'm like, hey,
what did you do?
What is the formula to this?
Well, we could have probably benefited from reading this article in advance because it took us a very long time. She cried at the end and hugged us. She was
and
so
what
happy.
is the result from this turkey?
I know.
Let's see, from this turkey. The professor lastly assembled a crew that employed mathematical fashions, performed experiments, and printed a paper this month on the discoveries within the Journal of Comfortable Matter. Hair brushing goes again a great distance, perhaps 50 million years or so. So people have been brushing hair for 50 million years. They're suggesting. Mammals, I guess they're including apes cleaning each other and all sorts of stuff like that. I'm trying to kind of skip ahead.
I know, I am too. I'm like,
what is the solution here?
Real quick, hey Harvard scientists and geniuses. Can we focus on something that's a little more productive to the like health of humanity? You know,
Yeah, we just,
there's like some diseases that are killing most of us, and our hearts quit working at a certain time and all that stuff.
Possibly live forever. Is that better?
Yeah, can't we figure that out before we figure out the hair untangling?
Some people are still blind out there.
I'm like, did you get a grant for this question? Like I can't get a loan for just like random, like I want to dig to the center of the earth and find monsters. Or like not necessarily, but
I think
someone
you could
has
get a grant for that.
Someone has a degree and they go like, I want to learn about if I can detangle hair with science, and they're like $1 million.
Contact Harvard. They'd
You're
be
right.
happy to give it to you.
They would immediately say, how is the monster's hair tangling situation? Because if it's not good, we'll start.
Are these hairy monsters or are they smooth? They have feathers?
What kind of monster are we talking about? Scaly? All right, so it says, ache-free hair brushing depends on the correct method. They ran the 1/10 of a comb by way of the strands. Because the comb moved down and the tangles intensified.
It's time.
So basically,
They're saying what we know, which is to brush from the bottom.
What this person did is discovered to brush from the bottom up. This is what's happening in Harvard.
Isn't it crazy that we are really smart then?
Hairdressers are not dumb. You can't
this
stump
is
stylists.
Yeah, we're like, brush it from the bottom. Duh.
Yeah.
This is a character with no hair figuring this out. That's why.
This is a bald man.
It probably took him. It took him 20 years to figure it out.
He hasn't spoken to him in 20 years.
And I think my hypothesis was even better with like the static electricity. Like, let me change the environment or something.
Change the ions around.
Yeah, he's just like brush it from the bottom.
Yeah, this dude is basically tried to just start brushing out from the
He
top.
goes,
Oh, it didn't work.
This is hard.
And then he started
making
at the
it
bottom.
worse.
That's the take notes. He's like right now.
She's like,
what he's found. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe we can find out more to it.
I doubt it.
I don't think so. I think we should call it. I think we have figured it out.
I think we might be right. I mean, they have some like actual like weird like almost like little math problems here. It says like LK equals TW plus WR.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought
it was going to be. You know?
I mean, I always knew that TWR was equal to
It's a certain
LK.
type of. Okay, hang on.
Oh, it says that the researchers constructed a robotic hairbrush. The lab
just senses the tension in different parts of the brush.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, but you could
know
just.
Of it, or you're reading?
No, I'm reading it, and then also that's because I read. And you made fun of me for reading, but I read. And then also...
The laboratory brush is outfitted with sensors that detect rigidity. The rigidity reads as ache. So essentially it's a brush that's like, if it could be a tangle, it stops brushing it?
Well, it's telling you how much, what part's hurting or whatever. And basically a kid could do the same thing.
It's
go,
slower and extra rhythmic
ouch.
than if you do it on your own. So it uses an algorithm to decide on a rhythm of brushing your hair based on how tangled it is. It reads the tangles as pain. And
it reads the tension that it pulls.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what this person did over 20 years and countless millions of dollars build a robot to comb a hair, a fake piece of hair on a separate robot. That's
says,
like,
is that hurting?
Ow. Because TK equals TWL.
But it does not eliminate any tangles.
That just tells you that it
at
hurts.
the end of that 20 years, this guy's like, dude, should just start at the bottom.
But that, I think it's a good opportunity for us because, this is the first time anyone's hearing about it. And we're looking for sponsors. And I think Mr.
Oh, we should Doctor. Yeah. He didn't spend 8 years in Harvard.
20 years developing a hairbrush for nothing.
For you to be calling him Mr.
Yeah. So the Dr. Whatever his name is.
This man probably just has some kind of weird hair fetish or something.
Yeah, he's just bald.
He's just weird.
Dr. Mahadevan, if you want your robotic brush sponsored, even though we have trashed it, we will fully support it.
Oh, I think we would outfit the whole salon with it
for the right price. We will have
We'll put one at every station and have it come out our clients. That'd be amazing.
Ma'am, please stop complaining that it's tangled. The brush will let me know. I don't need you to keep whining
it's
so
science.
much.
It's easy.
Well, I think that's bringing us pretty close to the end of our episode here. Very insightful episode. We've got a lot of information about what's beneath the Earth's crust. And
this is kind of a science episode.
I will try to bring some written parts of this book
we need an excerpt.
Make my point next time.
Okay. From this book.
Yeah.
And make it 20 words or less for me.
Don't worry, I can do that. Don't
and
worry.
I need an audio version. I actually don't need
I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it out loud.
I don't want you to show me a writing or anything. I don't want to see a picture of these words.
All right, well, as the sirens ring loud in the background, maybe you can hear them, maybe you can't. I can't tell. That's it. I guess we're done. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's do it again next week.